Boys and girls, I think this is my mic. Yes. All right, yo, we are live at fucking Island Fights 86. Why the hell they let us do this, I don't know. They didn't. There was no... It's better to ask for forgiveness than for permission or some shit like that.
Yep, might get
So
shut down early.
We didn't really ask about this. Yeah. So we're shooting this. Ideally, we wanted to be in the ring.
Yeah.
Kind of just
Apparently
throwing
that
this
was a
together
no-go.
just in case we get kicked out. But Island Fights 86, dude. Pretty sick. You see the fighters behind us. I think the fighter meeting going to be pretty soon.
Yeah, I think there's, what, like 13 fights on this card?
Yeah, you're going to have to be a little closer on your...
A little bit closer. Is that good?
13 fights. Hold this real quick. So we got the fights. If you can see this real clear on the camera, that's exactly who's fighting. Roughly in order, but like from what side to what side, I don't know, dude. I could barely read, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. Who's the main event?
Isn't it Dylan?
Is it Dylan?
I think. I mean, when they posted the Island Fights,
I don't know.
like, little thing,
Haven't been up to date on their
he did seem to be.
page, but I think that's going to be the biggest fight of the night anyway.
Brother, it's a Cushing, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Cushing's
you're
gonna
right.
like headline. They bring the numbers. Bro, the face-offs look kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Like
I
watching
only
a
saw the
little-
video of, like, Dylan's face-off.
Oh, dude, and Dylan was talking mad shit.
Yeah.
Dylan was like, "All right, boy."
Yep.
Did
I think that's going to be a
his
good
opponent
fight.
not make weight? Because
I
he
don't
was
know.
saying something like, "Dude, you didn't even make
Yeah,
weight."
you didn't make weight, something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah. But saying
that's tough though. It is amateur. It's your last real chance to not make weight though.
Yeah.
I think you have like a pound or two allowance. You know, you might even get to slide a little further past that. So if he didn't make weight at amateur, we don't even know how much he didn't make weight by.
And I think
to be honest.
Dylan's already fighting up.
Also, weird thing to bring up. Probably awkward, but have you noticed the Cushings have like a specific body? They have the same abs.
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know.
They're
I
different.
really don't know.
They are literally built different.
Yeah.
I've never seen abs like them. Like, I don't have abs, but I can feel that they'll be different than theirs.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's crazy because, like, they're always training abs.
Yeah.
Like,
They're like bodied up, and like from the back when he was like flexing, and they like turned from the face off, and they were like looking at the cameras. They got like an upper body taper thing. It's like they're built with a shell on their back.
crazy.
Yeah, it's intense.
But
So you think about taking a fight?
maybe sometime this year.
You
Well,
gonna-
not maybe. Hopefully sometime this year. I want to get down to a good weight because I think if I fight at 190, I'm going to get killed because those boys are
You're
big.
190 right now,
I'm 190 right now.
brother.
And if I fight at 190, I'm going to be fighting dudes that are like, 6'5".
Dude, it's an intimidating factor, not for like they're big dudes. It's like I'm gonna physically get hurt, and not even in the ways you think. I think about my joints, dude. I'm like, this motherfucker's huge. My joints
Yeah.
can't handle this, dude.
But then I also think about it, like, if they're bigger like that, chances are they're probably going to be a little bit slower. So I could probably catch them with speed.
That's
But
the thing.
that's not like a.
Also, you
I don't
got
want to
that
ride
little
on that.
hitch
Yeah.
in your leg, so you could be like Superman punch him every time. You're just like, Eek! You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Yeah, dude, that'd be tough, dude. If I got in a fighting shape, I'd have to fight in 170 ballpark.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna be able to do no like.
I think I want to like walk around at 170, maybe fight at like
I think we
160.
all want to walk around lighter than we are, though.
Well, yeah, for sure.
You know.
But because I fought at 162 whenever I did like that backyard boxing thing or whatever.
Yeah.
I felt pretty good,
You look bodied up too.
but it was like hard to judge because I was fighting somebody that was
shit.
like way heavier than me. So it's kind of hard to judge how I would do against somebody else in my weight.
Yeah.
But I mean, I felt good at that weight. So I think fighting at like between 160 to 165, I think that would be a good weight for me.
Also, like, and this is no disrespect to boxing at all, but it's quite different than MMA. So
Yeah.
you can get ready in maybe like a shorter amount of time if you have a background in boxing than in MMA, because you just have to focus. You don't have to focus on getting taken down. So like you could focus more on like just combinations and setups and cutting weight.
Yeah,
But
because
if
you don't
gotta
need to worry
focus
about
on,
kicks.
Like, yeah, if you're
like,
dog shit at like ground game,
Yeah.
dude, you're worried the whole time. Then you're stressing out. Then you're not even doing the weight cut correctly. Like you're in your head about a lot of things. Like this comes out Monday. This weekend we're running a race. I just ran for the first time today, 3.5 miles. Brother, my legs are cooked. I mean, it's the first time I've run on this new knee. I say new knee. It's less than a knee. You know, they took some of my knee out, so it's like I'm less of a man than the last time I ran.
Yeah, this will be my first race after new legs, even though my surgery was like 2 years ago.
We're bionic men.
Yeah.
Bionic boys.
No, I wish I had titanium in my legs. I'd be goated.
I don't know what. Yeah, but then you'd have to get them things juicy. If they ever dry out, that thing is going to like you wouldn't be able to move. You'd just be like, and just fall straight forward. Just
start drinking WD-40.
Yeah, I mean, unless they put in like a little lubricant.
You're
good. Walk across, dude. Unless you put in like a little lubricant like nipple and you could like hit it with like a lube gun. How do they do that? Like when they put in new hips and new knees.
I'm pretty sure there's like this like component that they put in there. I mean, it has to wear out eventually, but I feel like.
Yeah, I think they're good for like 10 years. The technology right now.
I feel like that doesn't seem like that much.
It's not that much. Not for your body to go through the trauma, like to replace a hip. Like if you fell right now, you'd bounce. You'd be fine.
Yeah.
But fucking 40 years from now, you're not getting up like you used to, right?
Yeah.
And then you're gonna have to replace your hips. The trauma your body is gonna take at 60 to replace a hip, it's gonna be like at least a year or 2 years till you're like normal, and then you're doing that again 10 years later when you're not even as good as you were when you were 60. Like, people don't think about that, the recovery time that your body is not.
I don't really think it's 10 years, though. Like, 10 years seems like wild short time.
Google it, brother. I was just at the osteoporosis or whatever the guy is.
I would have thought that had to be, like, at least 30.
He was looking at my knee, and he was like, there's a poster on the wall that, like, tells you, like, new knees, new hips. And it's like every 10 years they give you a new one. Oh, Lord, here comes Larry.
Hello.
What's up, brother? How are you?
When we going to do another podcast?
We're live on the podcast right now.
I got a shitload of stuff to bring you.
We don't need Larry on here. He's going to say some shit and get us canceled. Dude, last time Larry was on, swear to God, we were in the studio, and on our TV, he had us pull up his YouTube, and we started watching his YouTube. So we're watching him watch himself on the episode. And it took like
he was probably like, hey, watch this part.
Yeah, he did. And we're like, Larry, we got to get out of here. We're like 2 hours.
He was like, one more. This is the good part.
And he he corners people in like Tom Thumbs. It's funny.
Yeah.
Because he's just like himself. Like there's not another character.
I didn't know he had a YouTube.
Yeah, he'll let you know. Like watch the episode. It's on there. He tags his stuff. But about the hips, dude, like the poster is like, I think you got to replace it every 10 years. This is like if you're being active and you're using your hips. If you're just being like whatever, you could probably coast on a brand new hip for like the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
All right. Well, the way you walk, brother, you could, I don't know, extend a leg or shorten one of them.
Yeah. That's not even it, though.
I know it's a mental thing with you. You say that, but it's like.
No, it is a mental thing, because if I really think about it, I'm fine.
You need to start pinching your hip or something and making yourself walk straight.
I need to start getting like one of those, that probably wouldn't help. You know those things that like help your posture? Like they strap you back?
You're going to get like a jock strap that's really tight? Like straighten your hips out while you walk like a penguin, dude.
Nah, dude.
I don't know if that's how that works. It may be, dude. They might create a device for you called the Luca. You might be like trend setting in the hip industry.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I swear I was better off before the surgery.
Start strapping your belt on real tight and seeing how that works and move it around. Do it like angles, just do one leg and see if you can walk regular. But if that shit's all mental with you, you might be. Nah, I can't say that. But hey, yo, we're getting loose out here at Island Fights.
A little too loose. You gotta tone it down a bit.
Do you think that what the fuck is it? You have what is it?
It's cerebral palsy, but like mine is like super mild. Like even before my surgery, I was still doing all the sports that I was already, like, I'm doing now, you know? And I was doing them at a pretty high level.
But, how did you even know you fucking had it? Like, you were just running in soccer and somebody's like, yo, that's a weird run.
Nah, it was my kindergarten teacher pointed it out to my parents, and then my parents took me to go get tested.
Damn, I would have hit that lady in the face.
Yeah, for real,
like,
bro.
You fucking talking about my kid like that? You can get out of here, bitch. I don't know. Why you looking at my kid like that? Why you focusing on his walk?
Yeah.
Or his run?
I don't know.
Look at your own kids, you know?
This was an old lady.
She probably got a bad hip.
Yeah.
That's probably where that came from.
She probably thought I was trying to
She's like, yo,
copy
he's
her
gonna end
walking.
up like me.
She was probably like, hey, your son is making fun of the way I walk.
Secretly, you didn't have nothing wrong with you, dude.
Yeah.
They fucked up your leg. That's what happened.
Nah.
That lady secretly, something happened to her. So she's like, I'm going to get back. Karma got you. What the hell happened to her? It's like a endless loop. So, like, that might be why you're such a nice person. Because karma bit you really hard badly. And not in a good way.
I don't think so, dude.
Well, you're not poor. You got a nice truck. So, like, that's good karma.
Which means that bad karma's probably coming.
I mean, I've seen your calves. That's bad.
Oh, yeah. I don't need no more.
Your calves look like a gel pack, like a freezer gel pack.
Hey, now, I don't think this need to be aired, dude.
Yo, this is making the final cut. Yeah, dude. But she saw you walking and she was like, yo, something's wrong with that boy.
I don't know. I was 5, dude. I don't remember what she said.
I mean, like, y'all went to the hospital or something?
Yeah, we went to the hospital. I did, like, a gait lab study, right?
Oh, word.
Well,
Like
also,
you're walking,
I
your
couldn't.
gait.
Yeah. But I also
Word.
couldn't, like, straighten out my leg. Like, I was always in a crouch.
Oh,
'Cause,
yeah,
like,
you said your fucking hamstrings were tight?
It's like a nervous system disorder. So, like, at some point, like, I don't really know exactly how it works, but at some point, like, my brain didn't send signals to a certain part of my body, and so that part went dormant, and then whenever it finally became undormant, it was like the muscles hadn't grown to
Like
the
atrophied or something?
yeah, something like that. But it, like, wasn't noticeable before my surgery. Like, it was noticeable that I, like, walked funny, I guess.
Like, do you think mentally you just always walked a certain way and had no idea that you were walking different per se than other kids?
I knew I was walking different, but I mean, it didn't bother me. Like, I didn't feel any pain from it. I didn't, like, I didn't feel like I couldn't do anything
Yeah.
that, like, other people did.
Yeah, because it's all you know.
Yeah.
Word. Yeah, I wonder about that because, like, there's people that say I walk strange, but I, like, when I walk, if I'm, like, walking with intention, I walk, like, with that bounce,
Yeah.
you know?
I've seen that on you.
Yeah. It's cute, ain't it? Got that cute bounce. It is just, I don't know. Like, you know, it's, like, not mannerisms, because mannerisms, I think, is, like, more so, like, how you talk and how you move and body language and shit. But it's, like, I don't know, it's your
Yeah.
personal movement.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but I get what you're saying. Because, like, I feel like everybody walks, like, a certain way.
For sure. RJ, he's going to be on the podcast here in a second. The way he walks like Bigfoot. Kind of got. It's not like the Conor McGregor stroll, but he's got like a lazy, like, swinging arm thing. It's different, you know. Speaking of Bigfoot. Oh yeah. Oh, if you don't know, like, the way they do the ring, if, like, they're still in season for the ice flyers, they put these, like, plastic plates over the ice, so we're standing on ice.
Flashing everywhere, my ass crack right there.
You've been doing that the whole time, bro.
Oh, dude, I'm a plumber. It comes natural. Dude, I like your new mic stand. This is great, bro.
You're gonna have to stand up here.
Hold on.
Nah, dog. You can get that right there. We did it to where you could stand.
No, I know. I was trying to be funny.
Fucking.
It's an attempt, anyways.
All right, dude.
I stand. My head's on the
Is
side
this
of
gonna be it, or are we gonna do another part of it later?
Whatever, man. I'm down. We ain't got nothing but time the rest of the night. I got a couple fighters I got to warm up and coach. But especially once they're gone, like, done their fighting shit.
All right, we're gonna try at some point. I promise you to try to get a little footage inside the ring.
Honestly, we could do that before we break it down. It would just delay our time afterwards.
No, we're not doing that.
Yeah,
we're not doing it after. After
So
is
we're
never,
dedicated,
I'm
but
a
we're not
before-
that dedicated.
I'm a before type guy,
Right?
you
Yeah.
know, because
Yeah.
after you're always like lazier. With anything, You're always more excited and enthusiastic first.
I don't know. That kind of sounded like you were talking about something else.
I am, dog. And all of it, dog.
That came from a different place.
Think about it, bro.
I don't know.
Why are you not wearing a wrestling tee? I've never, wrestling.
Man,
or like
you know what? Because I had my favorite T-shirt ever, and I don't know what happened to it. I have no clue
What is that?
Is the Scarface Latino Heat shirt with Eddie? Where you had oh man, that's the greatest.
You're always wearing that, or you're wearing a Jason shirt.
Yeah. So I like horror movies. It's kind of my thing.
Yeah.
Or horror in general.
Did you ever go through like a phase where you had like a fighter nickname where it was like a wrestler or a horror guy?
Mm-mm.
Where it's like RJ the Slasher,
No.
Summerlin?
No.
Did you ever have a dumb nickname that you didn't like?
I didn't really care for. I liked the Gentleman at first.
RJ the Gentleman.
Summerlin. That was my nickname when I first turned. Well, my last couple of
That's
amateur
tough.
fights, and
That's
my first
tough.
couple of pro fights. And
It's too many long words. The
it rang together
Gentleman,
fine.
Summerlin.
Yeah, but it shoehorned me. If I wanted to get mad at somebody, I wanted to be able to talk some shit, but you can't really if your moniker's the Gentleman.
Yeah.
They wouldn't want to just nice you to death, Which that did work for me. I was always smiling. That's why people were saying it. It's because I was so respectful and like would shake their hands and smile and talk to you before we fought. There's been so many times opponents we'd be talking just like this before we go in there and fight, and then after we fight, result whatever it is, talk just like this afterwards. It's a sport.
Sounds like such a dude fight.
Yeah.
I swear, like every fight that I had in middle school turned out like that.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, like, okay, look, today you got coworkers. You're cornering a coworker that's gonna fight another coworker.
Very interesting.
This is what I think is gonna happen. What you just said is like, I think secretly something inside of them. Yes, they don't like each other right now. Something inside of them likes something about the other person.
For sure.
And they want to have that bond. I'm
100%.
frustrated with some people in my life, and I'm like, dude, if we just fought, we could get past that and we could be boys. There's some. Dude, I would never harm you like that. I would never hurt your feelings and ruin your entire life like that. I love you, my dog.
Well, I know, but I wouldn't pay for your medical bills anyway.
I couldn't afford it. I just wouldn't even go to the hospital. Dude, I'd show your fucking arm off to everybody.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I showed
crazy.
it. Dude, we have all right, where we work, there's people that come from other companies and work at our work.
Right.
And I showed all them people.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and this other dude said something about, like, a dude was jumping out of an attic and caught his fucking rib and ripped his rib open.
Yeah, see, I'm glad that didn't happen.
Like, Jesus.
That was rough.
Yeah.
No, mine was just a flesh wound. It just looked gnarly, but it was all skin, so I got lucky because if it had ripped into the muscle, then it would have been a different, scenario.
What's even tougher about that is that you continued to do the work without leaving.
Bro, you gotta make.
Gotta get paid.
You gotta get paid, dude. You can't not get paid. Let's see what's going on here. Y'all already gone over the fight card?
We haven't. Oh, but the coworkers. So explain the story to the people listening.
So my boy Mason comes to me. He just started recently back. He moved back from Alaska. Just started recently training with us. I mean, maybe a month or so, just coming in. And then he was like, "Hey man, I got this guy I work with that trains out of this gym and or out of Remedy. I don't care if they know. Train out of Remedy."
Yeah, it's Aiden.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't really like him. What would you think about us fighting? Or I'm gonna ask my boss if we can fight. Kind of like him hauling it around,
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'll call Ben, which is a kickboxing coach at Remedy. For those who don't know, I'll call him and ask. I mean, it ain't nothing but a sport to me. I've never had bad blood with anybody, so it doesn't like fight wise. So
was that your initial thought? Was to not first go to the work, to go to the job?
Well, yeah, no. I was like, clear it with your boss. If you clear it with your boss, I'll get it set up for you, 100%. And he came back. He said, my boss said it was good. Aiden said it was good. We're good. They said, as long as we don't bring it to work.
What if they said it wasn't good? Like, my thought would have been like, don't say anything to them at all. Because either you spoil it and then it's like, yo, if y'all fight, one of y'all are fired or you're both fired.
Right.
Then you can't fight. And then you can't even, now it looks like one of y'all is like
yeah,
punking out and you're not.
The only thing really there is that, who the fuck are you? Fire me then. I work for you between this hour and this hour. I don't work for you whenever it's, I mean, he wouldn't be at work
How did they
right
even
now.
approach each other about it? Like, who, do you know
They
who
probably
started what?
I don't know, but they probably talk a little shit to each other. I mean,
and then
they
were
both
like
give me that
cordial.
type of vibe, right?
Yeah.
Where they have to work together, but it's like that passive aggressive. Now I've never witnessed this. That's just the vibe I get.
Yeah.
You got to work together or work on separate trucks, but still in the same company.
Word.
So
You keep talking shit. This might be us next time.
You come into my world, and then I'll go into yours. Like
Alright,
a
dude.
crossover.
how
event.
about we mix the worlds?
Yeah,
It's a
let's
new
fuck-
idea I've got.
What are we? Okay, what is it?
Okay, you can do boxing, kickboxing, and jiu-jitsu and wrestling in the same thing.
MMA.
So we'll start standing
Right,
up.
so just do MMA.
yeah, no, I'm down as fuck, dude.
To start standing up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, every fight
Yeah,
starts
dude,
standing up.
for sure.
Well, the other day you were like,
look,
jab,
I'm a
just jab,
master
uppercut.
mind hustler. Whatever you want to do, I'll start doing that, but I'm going to work it into what I want to do.
all right.
So we'll start standing, and I'll take a,
He's crotch
oh,
sniffer.
shit, you got me. And I'll be down there, and I'll be like, uh-oh, come ground and pound me.
Well, now that he told you that, when you, oh shit, you got me, you just stand there and say, get
Yeah.
I'm
up.
going to be like, oh, fuck, my body. And then
And
you
then they're gonna
come
be like-
charging in, and I'm going to fall, or I'm going to single leg you, and shit is over, dog.
Man, look, if you get caught in jiu-jitsu and he's under you, just become a blanket.
Hey, brother, I'm never going to be under you. You hear me? I'm the top.
Become a blanket.
Yeah, you're good, you're good. That's Ian, everybody.
Yeah, without him, this
Wave
thing
at the
doesn't
camera,
go.
That's fine.
Well, he was
No
very
big deal.
respectful, though. He was so respectful.
That
He didn't want to
dude's
walk
got
in front.
the-
You know how many people just
Oh.
walked in front since I've been here?
Yeah,
Nobody.
no shit. What were you saying?
It's
MMA,
just three.
yeah.
It's just three guys holding mics in front of a camera. They can't possibly
Yeah.
be doing anything.
It's fine, dude. It's
Yeah,
not a big
no,
deal.
it's,
But
Par for the course here.
so he's got a background boxing. You obviously know my skills.
Yeah.
If we were in a like, what fight would benefit him? Like obviously boxing, but like, I guess this isn't fair because we both have specialties.
Well, yeah, no. I mean, an MMA fight would fit both of you the best because
Yeah.
he either can stop you from taking him down, or he can either stop you from taking him down, or you're gonna take him down.
Yeah, I would absolutely dummy you on the feet. By the way,
On the feet.
on the feet. You
Like-
don't know me, dude.
You got to do.
I don't know,
You got to
dude.
do the Chael Sonnen and can't let him get close.
Yeah,
You know?
You don't, dude.
I think it'd
don't-
be fun. I
Oh,
think
yeah,
we
dude.
should set a ring up somewhere.
But the issue
Hey,
is
guess
like,
what? I
look,
know a place where there's a ring set up 24/7
Yeah, yeah.
at Larry's gym. We'll set it up.
I'm trying to get paid though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I also need to meet you one time at the, what's it called? Where you
the
roll
what?
on Saturdays?
Oh, because this shit.
Open mat.
Open
Yeah.
mat. Yeah.
I need to
dude,
meet you
that
at one
would be
open
fun
mat.
as fuck because like this is what's so deceiving about jiu-jitsu. And look,
Jiu-jitsu is not hard.
I think anybody who is just anybody that looks at boxing, I think you know boxing is hard. I think you know, like if you're of a well mind, you know that. Look, I'm not gonna fight a boxer and win.
Right.
But you look at a regular guy looking at a regular jiu-jitsu person, they're like, dude, I'm gonna fuck this person up because of the way they look. Like maybe not you because you're big,
Right.
but like you look at like Derek, our fucking head coach, or Carlos. He's a smaller guy. Like the guy ego thing to say is like,
Oh, yeah.
I'd fuck that dude up because he's
For
so
sure.
much smaller than I am.
Yeah.
That is not the case. Even in boxing, dude, if you're smaller, you can.
Dude,
Still
I
get
learned my
super
lesson
fucked
like
up.
that when I was like
You can walk by. You're
20
good.
20 or 21. Like I got this this kid. He was like fucking 16, and he was like whatever the equivalent of like a purple belt was.
Yeah.
I don't think he was quite. I don't think you could be a purple belt at 16, can you?
No,
You have
I
to
mean
go
you
through
would
the-
be blue at the earliest 16.
Either which way, he
Unless
was
he's a prodigy and he's at the other end of 16
dude.
and
I'm
he's a
telling you,
purple.
this motherfucker, and he was like 125 pounds, and I could not get him off of me. I could not get him. I mean, like it was insane.
Where was this at?
This was Larry had a gym on Navy. This is 2013, 14ish, and Larry had this gym on Navy, and he was just some kid that trained with his dad. He's been to a
And you
bunch
don't
of
know him
places.
at all now?
Well, I haven't talked to him in a very long time.
You know his name, though?
Yeah, Dustin Ard. He fought.
Oh,
he fought, yeah, he
I
fought
worked
here.
with him.
Yeah,
I feel
he's
like
that
I
dude
know
is
that name.
crazy.
Dustin
he's a
Hard.
crazy kid,
Yeah.
but dude, his jujitsu was no fucking joke. I'm
And
telling
what were
you,
you
like,
at the time?
dude, I-
Experienced?
yeah, I mean, I've been fighting for a couple years, or like 2-3
But
years.
jiu-jitsu-wise, you were just like kind of...
I was just doing the no-gi thing, for
Yeah.
MMA and stuff. But even still, like I've rolled with a lot of people by that point because I've been training with exclusively fighters who had, like
Yeah.
Mike Roberts, who was a purple belt,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Brian Smith and Robert Turnquest and things like that. So I knew someone that had skill, right? Even there's a point where even if I'm not skilled in a jiu-jitsu and I roll with someone, I'm like, oh, this guy knows.
Yeah.
I know that much.
So how scared would you be if Dustin's right behind you right now?
Oh well, I wouldn't be,
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
but
Oh, you hear that, Dustin? He's fucking talking
but-
shit now.
But
You
that's 'cause
bodied
I'm-
him years
that's
ago,
because I'm
but-
an experienced. I'm experienced. Like
What if Dustin's fighting in the shadows and you don't know this? He's in the shadows, working in the silence, grinding. Poster of you on his wall. Like every day, he's like, the next time I see this motherfucker, I'm gonna remind him what happened 10 years
body
ago.
physics, it just wouldn't work.
What, like you're attracted to him or something? What do you mean?
Well, I'm just meaning as far as like physics and my body weight and height versus his body
Ego.
weight and height.
Ego, dude.
I would.
Dustin's
Listen.
a pretty small dude.
Wait,
And
He's a
hold
very
on.
small dude. Now,
You're talking about-
if he was like getting on my back, like
Yeah.
it would be insanely hard to get him off my back. I would have to like headbutt the fuck out of him. And
you just have to body
I'd have
slam
to-
him.
I'd have to
just
channel-
jump backwards
I'd
and
have
body
to
slam
chandler
him.
him. Yeah, or in an MMA fight, he wouldn't be able to take me down. But when we got and did a roll in jiu-jitsu where we're both already on the fucking ground and we go like this and he just jumps on gets around my back and he's on me, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
This is
Dude's
gonna
like a spider monkey.
This is gonna break your son's heart when he watches this, because he's like, dude, I take my dad down at will. And he's like, body physics, I shouldn't be able to do this, but I dummy my dad at home.
Well, the thing is that I've trained him to be a killer, so he already knows.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
He's
physics
got
don't apply to
mine.
him.
Is he the successor to the throne? Is he gonna step into your
well,
or out of your shadow?
I would
However
hope.
that
I
saying
would
goes.
hope. I would hope not. I hope he picks something other than
What is his
fighting.
passion right now?
He likes wrestling right now, WWE stuff. You know, he's really into that. Godzilla, but yeah, he wants he does a lot
Would
of.
he want to do wrestling? Or is he too early to even have like I want to do this thing for like a,
I think it's a little early.
yeah?
Yeah, I mean, he just turned 7, so he's bouncing around things and stuff like that.
What is your favorite thing to show him wrestling wise?
In the back hallway.
You mean like WWE wrestling wise, right? That's what we're
Yeah,
talking about,
yeah. Like, do you have a storyline that you're like, yo, this is my favorite shit? Or is it like,
Well, you know,
you're not talking storylines to him yet?
no, not really. He doesn't really grasp that. I like watching the things that he really likes watching. Now, I show him things from like when I grew up, so like the ruthless aggression type things
Yeah.
and the Undertaker and those things, and he loves those. But like he's really into like Roman Reigns and the Usos and stuff like that, and so I kind of just indulge him in that. Like I don't like. Well, you shouldn't watch Roman. You should watch this guy because he used to be
Yeah.
the guy. No, I'm like I let him. He does seem to find himself watching more of the older, like from when I grew up,
Yeah.
than the new stuff. But I'm trying to get him into the new stuff just so he can kind of be with whatever. Like I remind him. But he still doesn't have that attention span to sit down and watch it. And then Braxton, same for him. You know, he's 11, and he'll sit and watch it a little bit, but he's insanely good at Fortnite, so he's always on there with all his buddies.
Dude, there's a future in that stuff.
Yeah.
Who is it? Who are their wrestlers? Like, if they do watch, like, who is the
So
The guy.
so Everett's
Or
like
the girl.
favorite of all time is The Fiend.
really?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Everett, like myself, is a horror guy.
Like, just the character, or like Bray Wyatt in general?
He still gets confused as to
Oh,
why
word.
there's a Bray Wyatt and there's a Bray Wyatt Fiend.
Word.
Right? And I'm trying to explain to him like it's like a alternate ego or alter ego or like an
Yeah.
alternate costume, and he just doesn't quite get that yet. But he likes
Dude.
Bray Wyatt, but he really likes the Fiend because the mask and the creepy shit.
You know what really helped me learn all that shit, like to understand that, or the way I like computed it whenever I was growing up, was like I saw Pokemon first, so I was like, oh, that's the evolved version of that
Mm-hmm. Right.
guy.
Yeah.
I was like, he just hit the fucking Demon Stone or some shit.
But he likes watching fights and stuff too. Like they wanted to come here, and it's just I'm cornering guys, and you know,
It's
got a
tough to
bunch
keep
of
up.
yeah. But like if there's an event where I'm just doing the ring,
Yeah.
then I'll probably I'll bring him next time or whatever.
Do you ever like RKO him out of nowhere?
He RKO's me out of nowhere.
Dude,
I'm
that
more
would
of
be
a
so fun.
dude. It is. He'll just come up to me and act like he's gonna give me a hug and then
Yeah.
kick me in the
Yeet.
stomach, and he'll
Just body.
and then and he likes the spear because of
Oh,
Roman,
yeah.
right? And the super kick because of the Usos.
The spear or the kick right now has got to be terrible because of his height.
Yeah.
He's gonna be hitting you in the bad
Yeah.
area.
I do the FU to him or the AA or whatever it's called
Yeah.
just because it's the easiest one to do. Or I'll
That's it.
choke slam him, but I got to, I'm teaching them how to do it, but I'm also like, just put your hand here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't grab him by the throat.
Yeah.
Just put your hand right here.
Because he's gonna be starting doing that to kids in the fucking recess.
Let's hope not.
You
What's
fucking
up,
choked
man?
out a little girl.
I
dude.
pedigreed a kid for realsies one time when I was
Really?
when I was like 11. We were backyard wrestling or whatever, and I fucking hooked his arms and
Into the ground?
dude into the ground, dude. Didn't yeah.
You know what a pedigree is?
No, is it like
Motion
you flip
to
them
So
around
yeah,
it?
like,
their face,
you
their
kick
face,
'em,
yeah.
And then you put
They're
their
like
head
this,
in between,
yeah, and then you hook their arms,
and then you
and
drop,
then you drop
to your knees. Like their face
Yeah,
goes
that
into
kid
the
was
ground,
like,
dude.
oh shit, yeah. I
You're
felt-
losing all your face at
Yeah.
this point.
It was in the grass, so it wasn't like
Still.
on concrete. But yeah,
I'd have been
that was
like,
rough.
if I was that kid,
that
I'd
was a
been like,
shit move.
I'm never hanging out with RJ again. He plays too rough.
Yeah,
That's
they're-
right.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have hung out with me neither. I'd been like, what the fuck?
See,
I
the-
wasn't normally that rough, but we were just into it, and it was an accident.
Yeah. The only time I ever wrestled when we were like kids, we had a trampoline in my backyard.
Yeah.
We'd all come over and do a match, but we have a trampoline, so you have like the
Yeah, the bounce
Yeah.
is different. Yeah, we didn't have a trampoline, so we would do it just out in the yard or whatever, and it was just, I don't know, it just happened. I just fucking drove his ass into the ground.
that's wild.
Hunter Hearst Helmsley style.
I'd be wrestling people, and then they would just turn around and they like start pinching me.
Oh,
That shit
yeah.
would piss me off.
John was a pincher, bro.
Yeah. Like they would
We-
start losing, they can't get out of something. So
Yeah.
instead of tapping, they'll start pinching you.
I'm surprised you don't do that when we wrestle.
Because I'm not a sore loser, dude.
Well,
I tickle people.
I
when
will
start
tell
losing.
you do take what happens remarkably well. You know, it is like it's a dude thing to have an ego when somebody gets the best of you.
Yeah, but that's
that you're
like, you know, it's not
that
my
motherfucker.
area.
Yeah.
So I know that I'm
You
not.
should just fucking knock the shit out of me one day and just like, ha ha, fucking got your
Yeah.
ass.
I don't know. That just feels dirty because, like, we're wrestling.
There is no like.
Yeah, well, like
there's no,
wrestling,
like-
but here's the thing though, like that's the one thing. Like you can definitely compete jiu-jitsu, like the competitions and the worlds and the championships and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like those are real competitions, but you can also play jiu-jitsu, right?
Yeah, like,
you
what is
open mat, you
light?
can kind of play and not really like, dude. Even light sparring, you're still hitting each other in the head.
Well, what is the like?
Yeah.
All science proves subconcussive blows lead to CTE, so we've all got it.
Well, here's the question. Like, if you're boys, you got a group. We're boys. We're a group. You're fucking around with your boys. You know, like you arm drag somebody. That's the jiu-jitsu version of like fucking around.
Mm-hmm.
What is the boxing version of fucking around with your boys? Like in a
Oh,
crowd.
just
You just
head
a
movement
body
and
shot?
jabbing,
Yeah.
baby. Bop, bop, bop. Head movement. Oh, dude.
Yeah, but do you
if you
connect?
can jab, you just touch them.
Yeah, like
You
a
just
little bit of
touch them
slap
and then
boxing.
move, and they can't hit
Slap
you.
boxing, but you don't really like.
Yeah.
slap the
So
shit out of
when
them.
I'm going with somebody, and maybe we've got a little fun thing going on, or I'm feeling real cocky or something, I'll just have an open hand, and I'll just be just like that, just right there, bang. And then when they try to reach me, I move, or moving my feet. Can't do it now, but
Yeah.
sliding back, sliding, whatever. And they're trying to hit you, and they're getting more pissed off, and you're just here, and you just touch.
Yeah.
And it's funny because you're not hurting them, but if they run into it, they're going to get hurt.
Yeah. Dude,
But
those are
you're
the
also
worst.
letting them know.
When you're not
I
trying to
could
hit
hurt
them and
you.
they run into it, those are like the worst.
Dude, yeah, he was telling me stories about him in high school, and like, obviously slap boxing was like fucking huge and
Oh,
just
yeah,
never
dude.
left. Brother. But like, tell him the stories, dude.
Yeah, so we're going, and then you kind of faint, and then they go towards the way.
Oh, yeah,
like
dude.
the
And
opposite
they
way that you're
run right
fainting.
into it.
Oh yeah,
so
bro.
I'm coming with a slap, and it wasn't gonna be a hard slap, but
I
then
got-
they're moving their face into my hand.
I
and
get
it's just
people all the time, like some people when I spar with them, skill level. Well, I have to like really address their skill level. Not saying I'm super high skilled, because
You
there
have
are
to
people
take
that
care
can
of
box
them.
my fucking face off.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but the average MMA fighter, my boxing skills are better. Just the average that I've come across.
Yeah.
There are definitely people that are better, so I'm not trying to come off on some arrogant shit. But
It's the same in reverse. They
Right.
would be better in the MMA area. If
Right,
you're
right,
doing
right.
MMA, they'd be
Right.
better at
but
MMA boxing.
in
or
which
whatever.
case you see it, you kind of feel that level.
Yeah.
Because I can't set my traps as hard as what I'm trying to say, because I've really hurt some folks' feelings with, like, I'm just jabbing and I notice they're trying to move out of the jab, so I will just adjust my jab more to the right
To help.
them.
Yeah,
Oh,
and then they'll go the wrong way,
they're gonna be like,
Just
oh,
like that.
they're gonna be like,
He clipped me.
they're gonna be like, oh, I'm slipping his jab. I've got him.
Yeah.
So then you feint the jab and they slip. You bring the hook, buddy. I've hurt so many people in that or spinning back kicks. You know, I keep exiting, and so they pursue. So then when I exit and then turn, and they run right into it. I mean, That's their fault because
Yeah.
you should never pursue someone that you should always be on the back foot pursuing. You know, even if you back like that to be ready to escape. But when you're coming in this way, I'm the asshole though because I hit you hard even though you ran into it.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a thing with like fighting. Whereas like jiu-jitsu, you can really roll, like flow and not get hurt. And
For sure, you can flow and not get hurt.
but
even
you have
with
to have
a
trust.
newbie. Yeah.
You just have to have trust with that person to like, hey, you got me,
Yeah.
and not have the ego.
But I will say it's probably harder to flow, spar, and boxing because it is a dance.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you were just saying. Like, But in jiu-jitsu, you can, like, coddle them kind of and, like, play.
Well, also, you know, ego is, I don't know, it's just weird for me as always. Ego, like on the ground, is just different.
Yeah.
I got to figure it out and maneuver, but, you know,
Because-
we're all going the same steady, and then you crack the shit out of me, then it's like, okay.
Dude, have you seen the
One
video?
got away from you, one's going to get away from me, and then he's going to be like, oh, well, that was an accident.
Yeah.
You're doing it on purpose. Now I'm going to do it on purpose. Like,
You see the video of Hamzat? He gets cracked a little by his
dude.
opponent or his training partner, and he rips the beanie off and just fucking starts. You
No.
see
It's
this
like
video.
Sean Strickland.
Yes, Hamzat Chimaev.
It's like Sean Strickland.
He's
Sean
like
Strickland.
boxing with this like heavier set dude. They're like they're wearing boxing gloves and they're just slightly, and the dude just clips him a little bit, and his beanie comes down and he rips his beanie off with his glove and then he just starts fucking going to town on the dude.
I don't remember that.
I'll send it to you.
But, you know, there are people like that, so you got to
Yeah.
be careful who you spar.
See, even when I was standing, striking and stuff, if I got hit, I would never I never had that like fury
Right.
thing. Even in jiu-jitsu, I don't get that fury thing.
I
roll with some people that are like super furious. If you get a better move than them or you maybe almost get something, they'll do anything not to get tapped, and then they'll go super mode on you.
Yeah.
And you're
I
like,
don't really
It
get
doesn't
that.
bother me that way, but like if we're sparring and I'm taking care of you, or even if we're doing whatever and you crack me, I will warn you. I'll be like, hey, yo, like calm that down. And
Fuck
then
your
if
life.
that doesn't, or like, hey, yo, like let's lighten up.
Yeah,
Or sometimes I'll just be like, hey, lighten up or something. But if I have to tell you more than twice, I'll get pissed off and start throwing my shots a little harder. So I am guilty of that too.
dude, it's fucking tough because
But we're men. We shouldn't be having to remind you, hey, bud.
Yeah.
We're here to train. Like, if you're here to fight, we can do that. But I've had to do that to a couple people that came in there. Like, remember Chase Wolford? He fought a few times here.
yeah.
And people would watch him fight and win, and then they would contact him and be like, hey, let's spar. An ego thing. People whose names would be recognized. If I said them, I ain't going to say them.
Yeah,
And they come to our gym, and they're trying to, like, piece him up and do whatever. So, and I'm coaching him at this time, so I get in there to spar with the guy, and we're working. I'm just like, hey, we just going to light work. And we're doing it. And also, you can feel the malice and missed punches. Like, if you and I were to spar,
Yeah.
I would carry you.
Oh, for sure.
And you can feel, like, when I miss a punch, you can feel the malice between that and between a punch that's launched. I'm sure you can with your
you also
experience,
just
right?
need to load up.
Yeah. So then you have to show those guys.
Yeah.
Like, what's up? Like, hey, man. So sometimes there is room for that, but I find that happening to me less in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Like, I find people getting less upset when if I get the upper hand or vice versa. Whereas in boxing or any type of striking, you know, people get upset.
I do feel like in jiu-jitsu, your danger level is crazy because you can ruin somebody for a long time, but you're quicker to get injured or you're quicker to be in danger in boxing faster because you can just boom
Yeah, so
that fast.
I guess
you have to set somebody up in jiu-jitsu.
it's weird, yeah. In jiu-jitsu, well, you got your quick arm bars and your quick like knee bars.
Yeah, but
and-
you still gotta. There's
You do
steps
got-
to
yeah,
it.
for sure.
If somebody if they're swinging with malice and they clip you, and you go out,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
I can't just.
Yeah. It really
grab
doesn't
you
even
all of
take
a
like a
sudden.
strong hit to really wobble somebody either.
No, it takes. Yeah, I mean y'all would know better than me, but like just even off guard.
Yeah,
I had
they're
a little
just off
kid
guard.
hit me in the face, and I was like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Oh yeah. No, it's just like if we're sitting here talking and someone came and just boom stole off on me. It's,
Yeah.
You know, it's like I'm
Yeah.
relaxed.
Dude, that's New York. The knockout game, y'all remember that?
Dude, I wish a motherfucker would.
That
try
shit was
on me.
probably
I'd
popping
drop
when
them
you were
on
in
their
like
head,
elementary
dude.
school.
I
But
would
it
drop
used to be
them
a
on their
thing
fucking
where like
head.
people would come up behind people and just knock out somebody. Like somebody would knock him out. You would only do it when people aren't looking.
No one
He's
would.
like, there ain't nobody around here, brother. Do you have to go to the fighter meeting?
I probably should be in there, but I already know. I mean, I've done this
Yeah,
rodeo
yeah.
a few
100
times, yeah.
Word.
So it's gonna be all the same legal strike
potentially-
zone.
You potentially coming back this year? He's fighting this year.
I might, you know, I was telling Ben, and I was telling Dean, I've got some like, housing things I'm doing right now as far as like trying to move and get this situated for my family. And once I can get that kind of capped off and prettied up, then I'll see and test the waters about doing another camp. But really, it seems like for me now, game bred is the only option.
Word.
Just as far as time,
Yeah.
because money
right here.
money is time. And boxing, I'm very good at boxing, but at the low levels, it's not paying my time worth enough. Like back when I was doing it at Roy's or whatever, I had the time, which even then I didn't, but I had the time to come up because I was like 24. It's time to take a bunch of fights for no money, which is kind of what you got to do in boxing. And then MMA, for gloved MMA for like the UFC, I don't think my body can handle 5 fight camps just to be able to be looked at by the UFC.
Yeah.
So I'd have to string off like 5 victories just for the UFC to start calling. Whereas game bred, I got a foot in the door there already. They pay well, even for your first couple fights, and just go in there and fucking throw down as well. All I can do.
What is your goal? Like, I know you want to take a fight, but like, what is your ultimate goal with boxing?
I mean, I don't really think I have like a goal like of going professional or nothing like that, just because I have so much other things.
You wouldn't want to work up to just get one pro fight?
Maybe.
I feel like that's a
obviously,
couple years of dedication for sure to be like, yo.
What I really.
How many before you go pro in boxing?
Well, in the state of Florida, well, just technically it's 5, but realistically for boxing, I mean, it depends. If you're going in the 160 division, you're facing guys that are Olympic, like couldn't cut it in the Olympics.
Yeah,
and
so
stuff
maybe
like that.
pro's not it.
No, that's not true though,
I'm just
because
fucking
you
with
have fights that you can take as a pro. There's nothing wrong with having a goal that's not world championship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong. Like at the end of the day, the definition is a prize fighter. You fight for the prize, and the prize is valued by yourself. So if your prize is just recognition, or if your prize is for you, or if your prize is just money, then go do it. Everybody has their different reasons for doing whatever. So some people want to be the world champ, want to obsess over that, and live their disciplined life that way. And kudos to them. And there's other people like Kevin Holland who just wants to fight, talk shit, smoke, drink, and have a good time. And there's nothing wrong with that either. If you're entertaining and you get paid to do it. So I wouldn't say you're not ever going to turn pro. I would do it. I mean, just to have that under your belt. Just
what I
dedicate your
think I
time.
would want to do, is like set my business first, set my family first, and then I do boxing because I enjoy doing it, and I want to have something. Like I don't want to, grow old and then not have anything tied to boxing. Like I would like to have something.
And be like,
yeah.
What could I have done?
Like I want to have something to show for it, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's just something that I enjoy
think you're
doing.
accomplishing a lot so young.
Honestly,
you're so young.
Honestly, it's one of those things that's like it opens. This sport will open doors for you that winning fights and going on 20-fight win streaks and stuff like that isn't the only way. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't been on a 20-fight win streak. I haven't been 14-0 or anything like that, but I've gotten major opportunities. And maybe they're not fighting the UFC, but they're corner people in the UFC from things I've been able to do, or fight on television, or fight on international television, all sorts of things like that. So those are opportunities that open just from being a part of the sport and being there and doing the thing. So I know most people start and they're like, I'm gonna be a world champ, I'm gonna do this, and that is a great aspiration to have, but fight just because you love to fight or you want to do it, and everything else will come. You know what I mean?
I also just love the environment of this sport too.
Yeah.
Like I just love being around it.
Watch you and learn some stuff today.
Do you guys, so this is a good to ask, do you guys like the direction in which boxing is going? Or do you think this new influx of energy, I will say, because there's so many different fucking avenues of boxing that's happening right now, do you think that's good or bad?
I think it's good.
I think it's good, yeah.
Boxing is an oversaturated market, or was. That's what led to the death of boxing. Like, it got so oversaturated, and then it got so hands in the pot. And I think that the Saudis, I think it's who's doing all the money, in Saudi Arabia and all that,
the Sheik,
the Sheiks, like, dude, that is the best thing to ever happen to boxing, because they're paying the money for these fights that, like Mayweather and Pacquiao took forever. Pacquiao was questionably on the back half, or maybe even out of his prime, with a shoulder injury, and Mayweather, Whereas now we're getting these fights quicker, like the Wilders and the Furies 3 times in 16 months. It's insane, you know. Or the Usyk Fury, the 2, right? They did 2, so 2 within a year. Like, that's wild.
Yeah.
Normally it takes forever to get all the parts moving in boxing, but I feel like with the pressure that people like Jake Paul are putting on the actual legitimate sport of boxing and not the freak show side, they're like having to like, oh fuck, you know, kind of like the Monday Night Wars, right? You got the freak show fights and all the influencer fights, which the hardcore boxing fans are like, oh, this is terrible, this is awful.
Yeah.
So then they want something more, and the hardcore boxing industry are like, oh, well, we got to beat these guys. We got to get fights that people want to see. No one wants to see, you know, Tyson Fury versus Joe Schmo, who's
the big show.
Right. Nobody wants to see that. They want to see Tyson Fury fight Anthony Joshua, or they want to see Usyk fight Dubois, right? That's going to be a good fight. This second, it'd be a rematch, but still, you know what I mean? Like, and I think that the influencer fights have kind of put a little bit of pressure on them, kind of like that competition, and I think it's healthy.
Yeah.
Y'all want to pause real quick and set up in the ring? Just for like 10 minutes?
We can try, yeah.
Let's do it. All right, we're going to pause real quick. We'll be right back.
All right, cool. We're back on. We're inside the Island Fights ring, right? This is the POV that the fighters get.
Yep.
How great is that? We got Cody here trying not to die.
Brother. Historic, dude. What
Yeah,
we're
I know,
doing has
right?
never been done. Yeah, they do the side ring thing, but that's live during the fights. It never ever been an Island Fights
telling
podcast.
they got the Island Fights POV right here.
Still
Yeah,
got
dog.
all the blood from all the past fights. And
currently coming out
stained
of. They're currently in the neutral corner, so that's pretty cool.
All right, shout out to the
Shout out
Dead
to
podcast.
the Dead
but-
podcast, brother. But it might have a revival. I don't know.
Dude, bring it back, dude.
If I get-
a
if I
lot of
get
people are not
unlazy-
asking about it.
I know. I saw the same thing. Dude. It was
Dude.
actually pretty wild. It was pretty wild because I've gotten my inbox is completely empty with requests to bring this show back.
I'm telling you, dude.
But I'm going to.
I was a
Maybe.
fan
I don't know.
of the one that you did. I mean, you probably did like 28 of them, yeah?
I did quite a few of them, but the problem was consistency and quality as far as like the time to sit down. You, of all people, know how it's very tedious.
Holy shit, dude. Like, people really don't take
They don't.
into
No, they
consideration scheduling. Like, you didn't have anybody. It was just you. So, and
Except
but,
for a few episodes, I actually got to go on site and like, you know, interview real championship fighters and stuff.
I
But
know
anyways,
nothing
no big
about
deal.
podcasting. What it takes.
Yeah, I can tell you'd never talk.
Yeah.
But, anyways. No.
And don't.
It's tough because if you have to have somebody else, or if you want to have another person,
Oh, yeah,
it's tough
scheduling.
organizing schedules because everybody has their own life.
But see, for me, it was my own schedule. Just organizing silence for 30 minutes to be able to talk into a mic and give my opinion that wasn't like in my car where you
And
can hear the background noise or like, you know what I mean?
think that is a sick, like, fold to your thing is that you were doing it in the car. Like, you're putting in the time. You're grinding. You
Yeah.
can't do that in a lot of other... You can't just break out a hit song in the car. You can't do stand-up in the car.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was nice because I could put it on the dash and I could just drive and talk about what I was thinking about, whatever. And then when I get to my destination, it's like usually a 20, 25-minute drive. It's like, okay, I'm done. There you go. When I did my podcast, I wanted it to be 30 or less, 40 maybe, or less because I just wanted a quick commute, you know. Oh,
Yeah.
hey, what's this retard got to say about this? Oh, and then that'd be it.
Dude, there's some really sick podcasts that are really short. Like, I know it's not super popular comedians anymore because they did some weird shit, but there's one called the 10-Minute Podcast. It was Will Sasso, Chris D'Elia, and Brian Callen. It was 10 minutes.
Yeah, well, and there's, you know, because, like, for myself, I listen to a lot, and it's just, we're living in the day of TikTok and Reels and Instagram and all that stuff where it's just, like, 15, 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So the long-form podcasts are great, and but sometimes I'll be like, dang, man, what are they going to say? But I have to stop it, and I have to wait all day, whereas it's nice to sometimes feel accomplished as far as like, all right, cool, I completed a podcast. It's like the laziest accomplishment ever, but hey, it's whatever, you know?
I feel like nobody even has like the time span or attention span to be watching long podcasts anymore, though.
It's true. Like,
Every time I'll bring up yours to like some of my friends, and they're like, damn, this shit's long.
which is wild because when we first started doing them, we were doing 3-hour podcasts.
Yeah.
And in my head, I was like, dude, we have to cut this off now because I think this is probably going to be too long for people to listen to. But we were still having a good time.
Yeah, and that's really all that matters. If you're having a good time doing it, who the fuck cares?
Literally,
Just
I
do
had
it.
no idea. You texted me the other day, and you're like, dude, our wrestling one's blowing up. And I was like,
Yeah,
what?
no, it's so
I
funny. I've been
stopped
on
looking
here.
at the
It's
things.
my most viewed since I've been on all of them. And it's just talked about WWE the whole time.
Dude, and I've had, I had Cam, which y'all have a rivalry, but whatever.
It's
He
not
was like,
rivalry
yo,
anymore.
I kinda
This is
liked
like this
what
is
RJ
like
was
my
saying.
fucking 9th or 10th appearance.
Yeah, I guess
There's no rivalry.
It's kind of like
anymore.
one-sided at this point, Cam's like, I think, been on 5 times. I think this is your 10th.
Yeah, because
You're
last time we
doubling
said 7 or 8, and it was one off because I went home and I counted.
Yeah.
Just because I'm, it makes me
Unfortunately,
feel
you're not
good
going to be able
about
to
myself.
sign the wall today because there's no wall behind
We're
us,
just gonna
but-
sign the mat.
Yeah, but yeah, you said that was like our highest viewed, and it was in like I think hundreds of views now, and like
Yeah, it's a couple hundred.
yeah,
It's like 200 plus, which is pretty
and
good.
in my
you know?
mind when we first started the podcast, I never thought I was like it'd be sick if this got
the
cool
suit
amongst our
guy,
friends.
the suit guy beat us. That episode beat
Yeah.
us by like 20 views, just us talking about wrestling.
Give it time.
versus having 4 people.
Suit Guy is canceled, brother.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Versus having
Yeah.
4 people on a podcast versus just 2 people talking about
What-
choreographed soap opera and
Yeah.
baby oil and spandex. You know,
What's Suit Guy
what's
doing
not
right
right?
now?
I don't know. He's doing pretty good from what I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think David. He had sent me a screenshot the other day, and I think it was David Lucas.
Yeah, he
said,
might
"What's
open
up?"
up.
Yeah, and I think he was like, "Yo, what's up?" What did he call him? Nephew? He said, "What's up, nephew? You want to come open up for me somewhere?" So I'm
Hey,
like,
is there a cooler thing than a black guy calling you nephew?
and the black
or
guy happens to
cousin?
be David Lucas, who's
Yeah.
like on fire right now in comedy. So,
Yeah. I
yeah,
mean,
man,
you
it's
just
pretty
only
wild.
ever want to be cool to black people. I think that's like a notch in a white person's life. You're like, dude, if a black person says I'm cool, I like.
Yeah,
I
white guy
can
comes
rest
to you
easy
like,
tonight.
dude, you're really cool. Man, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, now you
Black
start
guy
to
comes
judge
up and
your
you're like,
whiteness
man, you
against
cool as fuck.
their
Like,
whiteness.
yeah,
You're like,
I know
how
it.
cool are they at being white? But any black dude says, dude, what's up? I like that. Literally, I was
You're gonna go
walking.
tell all your white friends.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
like, dude,
for
look,
sure.
I
I'd
got
bring
the
it up
pass,
right now
bro.
if it's
Dude,
ever
I'm chill.
happened.
You don't know this, but I'm chill.
I was literally walking in a store the other day, like to leave the store. This black lady walks by me and she goes, "I like your setup." And I was like, "God damn, I got it." Like I felt like I was the
Oh,
man,
yeah.
and like this
'Cause
lady
you are
had
the
to be
man,
like
man.
60 or 70 years old, but I was just like,
It don't matter.
I'm the man, dude.
Game recognized game, dude.
And I ain't got no game, but she recognized whatever I got.
You've got a lot of great artwork, actually. Not
See,
even
that
trying
is
to be
not-
funny.
See, that's the thing, dude. Like,
I get complimented on my tattoos all the time whenever I wear my shorts or whatever.
yeah, but that I don't understand the whole complimenting tattoos thing. I didn't do the tattoos. Yes, they're
Yeah,
on
but
my
it was
body.
your idea
but they're
to like
not
get the
me.
tattoos.
Yes, they'd be like, dude, I love how you limp when you walk.
Well, yeah, but those aren't.
No,
your-
that's even more you though. That's even more you.
No,
it's like something
it's
you
a
can't.
clothes thing, but it's a clothes thing. You didn't make those clothes. You didn't make those shorts.
Yeah, sick shirt or something.
Yeah, but you put
yeah,
them
see,
on.
That's
shirt,
so
though,
annoying.
but that's your taste. They're saying your taste and what you picked out and what you are looking at. They
All right.
like that. I'm like, hey, you got good taste. Yeah.
I get it
Someone comes
now.
up and says, dude, that tattoo looks like a fucking dude. Who drew that? Then you're like, dude, what the fuck? You're gonna get offended, right? Maybe not you, but most people
Yeah, I
be
mean,
like.
I'm so detached
If we
from my
walked up,
tattoos.
if we
to be
walked
honest
up
with
to
you.
Jamal Hill and we're like, dude, what the fuck's up with these
Oh,
thumbs?
dude, what the
He'd
fuck
probably want to fight
Look.
us, but it's like,
I'm detached from my tattoos, but I'm very attached to how shitty those 2 tattoos are on his chest. Like, you are filthy rich in comparison to us. How do you not get the Mickey Mouse?
It's
thumbs
crazy how
covered?
detached you are from your tattoos, but like you're always talking about somebody else's tattoos.
oh yeah,
Am I?
Yeah.
yeah.
Who else? Who else?
I don't even remember. I think it was like Ilya. He has
Taporia.
like that.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
no,
but-
no,
but that's
look,
only
look,
'cause he's a
look,
Connor
look.
copycat.
It's because he's talking about getting tattoos, and I was like, you know how I know tattoos will look good on you? Because Ilya Tapora exists.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
His,
Got the
he's
dark
got
hair
the
and
look
that,
to
yeah.
him, and he's Greek, and he's got the like Greek theme that he wants to do. That's why I'm like, dude, yes, that would look. I fucked up. Look at me, it's not good.
But then you also see other tattoos.
See, I feel like if you would have went all black and gray,
Yeah,
you'd have fucked up because you look like a prison. Like
Yeah,
you'd look like
for
a,
sure.
I like the color.
dude,
the
I
color. That's what, like, yeah, like. See,
I
I,
wouldn't
went
do, like-
color all over my chest. I
Yeah.
got color on my back. I got color.
So I got no color on my back, and I got color all on my chest. So I'm like a mixed bag of whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I got black and gray on this arm just
I've
because they
already-
talked me into it.
I've already told this story, but I'm not gonna say his name, but I grew up with this kid, and he was like,
Session stands open.
he was like my mom's girlfriend's son, and we just happen to have to be around each other sometimes. And we were boys. Like, that was
Right.
my dude.
Right.
It's like 15 years after that, I see him at like a convenience store when I'm walking out, and he's walking up, and we're both covered in tattoos. And I'm like, holy shit. And I say his name, and we dap up, and like I get like here, dap up, boom. I step back, and I start to notice what his fucking tattoos are. They're very, how you say, socially not accepted.
Oh yeah. Well. Yeah.
I mean, and
he
he's
did
like,
some time then.
yes. And I was
Yeah.
like, how you been, dude? And he's like, just got out. And I was like,
Never would
Word.
have guessed. Never would have guessed.
and bodied up, you know, because
Yeah.
you
What
either
else?
fucking or pumping iron.
Or both.
and-
Some would say both.
Yeah. And dude, I mean, like, it is very true. You got to pick your groups in there. And hey, yo, they let
No,
it
honestly,
be known
it's
on his
really
body.
sad because like that does happen a lot more than you think. Where people are kind of just like, I ain't got no other choice.
I think it only,
it's like
it's very
prison is
known,
the
I feel like.
prison is the biggest like cultural experiment
Segregation.
or whatever of the tribal like
Yeah.
mentality.
You got to go back
everybody
to your
goes-
group. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
which is crazy. Yeah, it doesn't
And if
matter.
you
Doesn't matter what
don't,
your real beliefs
You
are.
get jumped and fucked up
By everybody.
everybody.
Yeah, they're you know the few guys that can go through there and be loners, but man, in the big cities, you know, it's pretty rough
Yeah. So, like, to see him come out, and he's a sweet dude.
from experience, you know.
I mean, he might be hardened because of what he went through, but, like, I'm like, fuck, that sucks. Because it's like, you're going to have to get blacked out. Like, you're going to have to go solid now.
Yeah,
Because there's no reversing, because it's those crowded tattoos. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
lot
yeah.
going on, and then it's like a lot of little ones.
yeah.
Like 6ix9ine. Have you seen his tattoos?
Yeah.
God damn, that
Oh,
might be our
snap.
cue to get
Yeah.
out of here.
Yeah. You know what? It was great though.
Dude, it's
First
been
ever.
fucking
It
fun.
was
We're going to
chill.
go get some prison tattoos.
Yeah.
Before we get out of here, I want to shout out Johnny Mumbles at Sacred Ground Tattoo Studio. Thank you so much for sponsoring us. We love you, and we're getting the fuck up out of here.
Peace.